Back like I never left. Anyways, yeah, I'm rewatching the Saints Seahawks week. What is this, week 5 at this point? It's like Gino is just on fire, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to see this, and nobody could have ever guessed this about Geno Smith. I mean, Geno Smith obviously knew he was this good, but I mean, it's an amazing thing to watch as somebody who has doubted that Geno Smith could do anything like this. And this conversation will never get tired to me because no matter who you are out there, you have to respect what this guy is doing, man. He's at the top in, QBR, and he's just going lights out every game, and I don't believe it's going to stop. I don't think it's a fluke either. Like, I think Pete knew that he had this in him. Gino knew he had this in him. Russ knew he had this in him. They were ready to move on for more than just reasons any of us even knew, myself extra included. And I was like, man, I couldn't see Geno Smith closing out any games. So I'm like, let's get Drew in there because I want Drew's draft capital or his draft stock, not draft stock, but trade stock up. That was the main thing. And I hadn't seen Geno throw for over 250 yards in a game in my life. That he just comes out here and has such good rapport with Lockett and Metcalf and the tight ends. It's just amazing. So this Waldron offense is real. If I take nothing else from this year, this Waldron offense is real. When it works, it has somebody that can operate the intermediate game and take advantage of their play action shots, just like Goff did back in the day. And I believe that Geno's every bit that good and just never had a chance to show it. We have an offense here. We've got a really serious offense. The Saints are no joke at all. You know what I mean? Like, that defense is real deal. And Geno went in there and gave Seattle enough to win that game, for sure. Still got to polish up those couple things, though. Taking the big sack at the end of the game, he needs to do it. But yeah, Anthony, Tariq Woolen is hella next. Like, I'm so proud how early I was on Tariq on Avatar. But the league is on notice, and once again, he's another guy that even though that he flashed physically in camp and stuff, nobody knew Tariq was going to be this fast to adjust to the NFL because he's only played corner for a couple years, right? So, I mean, but look at Trayvon Diggs. Like, those guys' instincts when being former receivers, mind you, Tariq Woolen is every bit as skilled as Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs' advantage is his brother Stephon Diggs. So imagine playing sandbox with Stephon Diggs, you're going to know what you're doing out there. But he played receiver. Sherm played receiver. Revis and Deion Sanders could have played receiver. Obviously, Deion. I legitimately have Woolen on that trajectory already. I'm watching this game again, guys. He's so confident. He knows where to be. He's so fast. He's everywhere. He's always around the ball. He makes a couple coverage lapses, but man, once he gets his weight up a little bit up top and just a little bit more weight, not enough to inhibit his speed, Tariq Woolen is going to be the best cornerback in the National Football League by a landslide. I'm not afraid to say that. I was wrong about Geno, winning the starting job. I've probably been on the ball about every single other thing. That's how obsessed I am and how much I analyze the Seahawks. Sorry, enough about me. I'm not ranting about I'm so great. I'm just going to read your guys' comments here. So let's go back to the top. Is Geno a top 10 QB? Yes. This year he is. And for the foreseeable future. Saijan, what up? Cameron, he looks so calm in the pocket. Yeah, he does. And our O-line is good. Yeah. And we're not even at full strength. Imagine we get a marquee center. Not that Blythe is playing terribly. You get mixed reviews on Blythe. But if you get a real dominant center, you're looking really crazy there. Because Lewis has found his wings, man. He knows how to pull. He knows what he's doing. I think Geno has more motivation than Russ did. Geno was actually something to prove. For sure. He's playing really inspired. Geno watched Wilson. Yeah, so he learned a lot, and he probably really improved his deep passing game with Russ specifically. DT got to get better once catches fire. Yeah, DT needs to play better football. I was saying that in the last stream before I caught off. He's a good role player, but I'm not overhyped on it yet. Who are we talking about, Anthony? Tariq? You're not overhyped on Tariq yet? If so, that's fair. He's just a rookie. But I have a different trajectory of him because I've been following his career. Bruce. Oh, yeah, Bruce. Yeah, so like Bruce Arians. Bruce Irvin, legend, but he's 35 years old, right? But, you know, Bruce could come in and show these boys how to play. That's what I was trying to say on the last stream. Bruce could come in here and show Boye and show Daryl like how to be more poised at the point of attack and not just get washed so quickly. Boye's doing a good job, but he could show those boys how to do this. He's that much of a vet, and I do think he'll get some snaps there. So Pete, if Pete wants to teach guys how to do this, that's a good guy for that. If Woolen gets Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think Pete will go down as one of the best drafting head coaches. Cameron, he already will. The last 7 years or so, how to teach him how to set an edge. Exactly, brother. The last 7 years or so have been kind of really hit and miss for Snyder. But anytime you find, like, these guys were the guys who chose the LOB, and the free agents. These are the guys who found Russell Wilson. Pete Carroll is the guy who revolutionized the secondary play. And even though the rest of the league caught on to a lot of those concepts, they've also bitten and absorbed those concepts. Ask any of those guys ask any young corners in the NFL and safeties who they look up to. I guarantee you those names are Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Byron Maxwell, the LOB. That's who they look up to. I guarantee it after a certain timeline for sure. Pete is going to go down as one of the greatest, like, diamond in the rough finding coaches. Yeah, he's always been good at developing later round guys. And little things like this, like, it's so sad about Penny. I'm so heartbroken for him. He's such a good kid. He's a fantastic role model. Watch the Sherman Lynch podcast? For sure I am, Cam. Yeah, I'll watch that tomorrow. It's heartbreaking about Rashad Penny, but Rashad Penny or any other running back in the NFL, they're only one play away from being injured. My thoughts on Ken Walker III this year, I'm getting right to that side, Jen. The fact that Pete Carroll had the foresight, not because just Penny was injury prone, he's not prone. He has freak injuries. It's unfair to say that. The fact that running back is such a tough position to stay healthy at, and our game is so predicated on running back play, he finds Ken Walker III. We all go crazy. Like, guys, like fans like me are like, yes, like, we got huge value there. K-Dub3, even if he doesn't play, K9's going to be the man when Rashad's not here anymore. That time has come already now. So Rashad, I love you, man. I want you to get better. K9, we needed to draft him, and look what happens. We're not out of it now because we have K9. He's going to be that good. He's not as explosive in the same one-cut level as Penny, but he's just as fast, and he's got crazier open field dancing than Penny. He just needs to not dance at the first level. But, I'm watching Rashad Penny make his first run in this game, man. It's heartbreaking. He was so good. You know what I mean? And I hope he bounces back and catches somewhere in the NFL, even if it's not with us. Or if we can bring him back on the low, that's fine. I'm going to go back to the comments here. Pardon me. I'm going to start doing these from a MacBook soon. RD got to step up, and Anthony Armstrong says, but if we're going to win, RD got to step up. For sure, bro. Our defense has to step up, and like now, before we fall too far behind. We just got to limit teams under 28 points. Are you going to, I was going to watch the podcast. Jen, thoughts on Walker III this year? Just gave him to you. He's going to be legendary, man. He's going to be crazy and exciting. I think we need to change the 3-4 to 4-3. I think Bryant, this is from Miko, from Mick L. Cam 10. I think Brian and Woolen will thrive better in a 3-4. Brooks and Barton aren't starters. We've got to focus on the defense. So Brooks is a starter to me, but not in the position he's playing. He can roam around and be more of a Buffalo kind of guy like Jamal was. But Barton's definitely not a starter. Pete loves the running game. You know what? And you've got to have a running game in the NFL, even if you're a passing team. So he's smart. We got DJ too. It hurts not having Rashard, but those guys are really good. No question. What else we got? Cameron Ashcroft says Brooks is a starter. What are you talking about? It's okay. We don't have to beef. Everyone has different opinions. Brooks has been playing poor lately, but he's definitely is a starter. Watching this game here, 2:34 in the first, and Metcalf just a little push off. Metcalf could have had 3 TDs in this game if he was more collected. But DK is really finding a rhythm again, and that's big for us. I still have Seattle as a potential wild card team here. I don't think that the Cardinals are that good. I think we do have to win this Cardinals game, though, to really, make a stamp. 3-4 back to 4-3, and I said this 3 days ago. Jen, a lot of people, that's correct. A lot of people are saying that we got to do something. Do you think Quandre Diggs still has it? I think he's at his age. It takes a long time to recover from a broken leg. It's not the same as recovering when you're younger. He looks still hesitant. I think by mid-season you'll start to see his speed pick up. I've seen this a lot with broken leg injuries, like with Tyler Lockett. Remember it took him like a little bit longer than just the healing. It takes them longer to put trust in planting on their leg and hitting people. But Quandre's too good. He'll come back. I can't believe Metcalf dropped that TD. It's tough. Metcalf still struggles with that a little bit sometimes. It came in a little bit hot, though. Brooks needs better. Yeah, he does. So we're going to look at that this week, I'm sure. You're going to see some different people playing alongside Jordan Brooks. And they cycle people in, because who cares? Can it be any worse? We're giving up 40 points a game. Who cares beside you? Run me out there, bro. I just did a little workout today, man. I just did my little thing today. I swear to God, I'll go out there and at least shake somebody and tie someone's shoelaces up. Just kidding, Cody. I'm not that good. Let's see what's going on here. How can we limit Murray on Sunday? They will attack the weakness, and that's the run game. How do we even stop that? Can we put 8 men in the box in the 4-6 formation and risk getting burned through the air? So I want to see that. This is a great point, my friend, because I want to see them start forcing quarterbacks to challenge them in the air, because we have personnel to knock stuff down out of the air. So that's exactly what I want to see do. But the bear front is not working, because when we run the bear front, as you saw, if one guy gets washed at the second level, these guys are running because we don't have anyone to tackle back there. So we need to just maybe go into more nickel stuff, maybe go into more formations where you've got a little bit more downhill help. So I'm okay with giving up these 7 to 9 yard runs and stuff every once in a while, but force them to throw to score TDs, not run these huge elaborate runs for TDs, getting them right inside the 10 or scoring. We need to stop that immediately. And I believe that these guys are smart enough to scheme that, because if we're going to be this defense and young and give up points, why not give up 20 points just forcing them to make huge catches? Let's look at this team next week, man. Rondale Moore. Let's talk about this. Rondale Moore. He's still probably a little bit sore. D-Hop is not back yet, right? What are they really going to do, to beat us vertically for a whole game? You know what I mean? Let's get smart about this. And I agree. We need to do something different. Murray, Murray will be having his runs, but he's not trying to get hurt out here. You know what I mean? Murray is a franchise guy. He's got his money, but he's not trying to run wild like Taysom Hill. He probably will hurt us, but more often than not, you're going to be able to contain these guys and limit these QBs that way. Force them to gut us. Force them to throw at us. Force them to throw at Reek. Force them to throw at these guys. I want to see what happens. All right. Yes. Yeah. Give West the contract. Give me my one day, because I'm in the building, y'all. I'm in here. Look at that. I'm ready. Just kidding. I swear to God. As soon as they snap, I say all that. As soon as they snap the ball, they're like, green 80. They snap the ball. I'm going to be I'm just going to run and try to hit something with the other color of the helmet and just try not to die. Hopefully it's not a lineman. Let's get back to business here. Got 11 people in here by the grace of his good God. I'm just kidding. I love you guys, man. Thanks for being in here. Stack the box, but not in a stupid way. Yeah, let these young guys shine one-on-one with these wideouts. Sign KJ. KJ doesn't want to come back. He's chilling with his family, man. He doesn't want to see this. Thoughts on the roughing the passer are crazy. Yeah, and it always has been trash. It seems like they always let Russ get blasted in the head, but, Tom and these guys get away with everything, but it's been garbage. We don't need KJ. We need him as part of our coaching staff, and that's kind of what we're doing with Bruce. / will probably play him 70% of the snaps. The Bear defense is good, but T's burned us. Yeah, I'd rather have people beat us in the air, try to beat us in the air. It seems like we're able to make the occasional play to get people and limit them to field goals. If we limit teams to field goals on even 2 of these drives in any of these games outside of the Niners game, we win. So that's that. So Mikhail Cam 10, it's a hard one for me, says, Sherman said on his podcast, these 4-quarter formations aren't working. He said he will talk to Pete and so go back to the bread and butter. I'm guessing, yeah. Why not? Why not go back to... Yep. Sherman's look, I'll go talk to Pete. I'm glad they're talking again, because we didn't know if the hatred was there. But Sherman obviously doing wild things helping Seattle here. Taysom fumbled that kick return there. We could have got the ball there. That would have been a big swing. This is a game of inches, man. 11 people in here. Shout yourselves out. Shout out your city. We missed a lot of tackles. Yeah, because we just don't have that guy like right now. Jamal was that guy. Hit the likes, guys. Yeah, hit the likes. Subscribe to the Seahawks Times. If you're not subscribed, you got to subscribe. Like, do your boy a favor. Anything helps, man. I'm a family man trying to blow this channel up, man. Anything helps, man. Any super thanks, super chats, anything you want to do to help me grow the channel is much appreciated. Not mandatory, but much appreciated. Let's get into it here. Do you think Russ will bounce back into his old self? I don't think Russ at his age can be the prime Russ again, but I do think it's hard for him to play worse. He's got a torn back right now, so this muscle here, he's trying to throw with that. He can still get some velocity, but age catches up, man. Age is the father time. No one can escape father time, and that's catching up to Russell. Do you reckon Dixon's play cost us the game? It's one of those things, but not the whole game. I think the officiating, the lack of run stop, and stupid things like that. It was too early in the game, so who knows? I mean, if that doesn't happen and we don't, they don't score on that drive, it's way more than that, though. It's to me, it's like the refs can cause 14, 20 points even, but not 39 points. And I'm watching this, guys. I'm watching the lack of ability to get tackles for losses. This is like when we watch the Seahawks, we want tackles for losses, zero gain tackles, forcing guys 3rd and 11, forcing 3rd and 15, second. That's not happening with this defense because they're not getting push in the interior. As good as Elwoods is playing, they're not driving the pocket right now, and they're not allowing the edge to get there, and they don't have linebackers to stop the run. Therefore, what's happening is uncharted territory for us because we've just been spoiled for so many years. But we didn't expect it to be this nasty for sure. But that one play alone is not the whole game. It's a microcosm of it all. That one play is just one stupid play that you can expect from us almost every game or year. But I love Michael Dixon's the best punter in the league. I don't care. I'd rather have him than anybody else. DK misses that pass. That's another thing. The penalties, the garbage penalties. Not being able, Penny getting injured for the season, that hurts. He was just busting out. And just playing in New Orleans, like, it almost seems like you're set up for failure. Like, I think they've won 15 of their last 17 games there, with the help of the Zebras as well, man. God, the voodoo Zebras, freaking Saints. Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Shout out to New Orleans, though. They got some of the best food and cool people. Should we draft a QB? Yes. Even though Geno is there, Geno is changing where we'll draft that QB. It's going to be hard to unseat him for sure. But now I think more of a project QB. I don't think they'll reach for a Stroud or a Levis now. We'll go get some defense when everybody else is struggling at quarterback. We'll go and get some defense, and then we'll draft a KJ Jefferson or a Anthony Richardson or a Cam Ward, something like that. Just we'll have that guy there because the more I look at this draft, the more this year plays at quarterback. It is deep, but there's no sure shot like number one guy for me. I mean, Stroud's up there. I love Levis. I've said that in videos, but I don't know if I'm willing to take that over a generational pass rusher. You know what I mean? At this stage. Yeah, Penny, it's really sad for him. Let's see what you guys are saying here. You don't fake a punt after a penalty. Yeah, on your side of the field, that was garbage. Mick says, if you could be given a chance to get a talented, fast linebacker, who would you trade for someone already established? Or would you go for someone like Noah Sewell? Sorry, I'm bringing that up again. Or Noah Sewell or Trenton Simpson, best linebackers in the draft. Sewell for sure. I mean, I love Sewell. I think Pete would love a player like that. I got to do more research on Simpson. I've watched a few of his reels, but I think a guy like Sewell could really set the tone for us. Like the Halafunga type level guy that comes downhill, knows exactly where to be. That's the type of linebacker this team needs. Essentially like Jamal with a little bit more weight, right? But I want to draft. I don't want to spend the farm on Roquan Smith. There's already players on this roster that I see in the foreseeable future that are going to need big contracts. Tariq Woolen, namely. I want to save money for guys like that and see if we can draft and build with those guys. Roquan is awesome, but like if we were a win now or win for sure next year level roster, I'm paying a Roquan Smith now, getting him off the market. But it is what it is. Your daughter says, "Go Seahawks, boo Russell Wilson." It's a cold world out here. That gets the ukulele. Shout out to your daughter gets the ukulele. You could have it all. My empire of dirt. Just kidding. Jamal Stain, cap reasons. No cap, but Jamal Stain, why not? Rashard will probably stay. You know what's weird? Let's talk about this. I'll get back to all your comments. You know what's weird, guys? Imagine this. We get all of these draft picks. Most of the time, a Jamal Adams has played himself out of a contract. A Rashard Penny has played himself out of town because of a contract. Just hear me out here. But those players, Geno Smith, those players might stay with Seattle. And we get this influx of draft capital. We could look like definitely if those guys bounce back and we can get all of these guys. I know those guys have suffered injuries. If we can get them all and draft as well as we did last season and bring free agency in because we have cap room, man, I'm telling you, if we have everything going, man, we could make a run straight up. So let me look at what we're saying here. 14 people in here. Holler at me if you follow the Seahawks Times. If you follow the Seahawks Times, give me a shout out there in the comments if you like that channel. That's what I've been doing here for the past couple months, going really well over 1,400 subscribers now, trying to get up to 10,000 subs like every other YouTuber, amateur YouTuber. But I'm a real football head. I love football. I love talking to you guys about the Seahawks, and that's what I'm about here. No nonsense, no fluff. I'll get this all pretty with black lights and HD cameras and all that, but I wanted to start raw. I wanted to be raw from the basement. You guys are the original heads here. I got a means of putting this all together and making it all pretty, but I wanted to be raw from the get-go, man. That's what it's about. I wanted to start from the dirt. And then when we see it come up, you guys all know I've never changed. Nothing has changed about Wes, because this channel is going to get crazy. I trust me, I'm not going to stop. It's going to get good, guys. Let's see what we got here in the chat. Sorry, fellas and ladies. Keep Jamal for sure. So Anthony Armstrong said, trade or keep Jamal. No one's going to take Jamal at his contract, so we're going to keep him anyway. But he's going to have so much to prove in the twilight at the end of his career here. I'm excited about what he could bring, if he could just play a year. But I love Jamal Adams, and I've always said that. I love Rashard Penny, and that's what I love about the Seahawks is they draft players that I like and I can root for, even if they're hurt or something like that. They're just true Seahawk guys, you know what I mean? And that's what makes our team different. Who was Jones out there? Was that Vi Jones getting snaps? Man, he looked a little bit slow. Wes, I'll take your C. I'll take you a C or a DM, even a sus 4 on the UK, dude. What? Wes, I'll take a C or I don't know what that means, bruh. That was my man, Sygen. Wes, I'll take a C or a D. I'm just old. I don't understand this. Even an A sus 4 on the UK, dude. What? You need to clarify that for my old ass. People also, Lincoln says, 9 Inch Nails, yeah. My empire of dirt. but the guy Johnny Cash did the remix too. It was fire. Okay, I'm hella behind. So let's start from the top. You Mad Bro says, we need a QB for the future, but we need to sign Geno for another 1 or 2 years to develop the QB. Yes, we're not pressed to be great at QB right away. Could the Seahawks draft Anderson? I like the idea a lot, but I don't think we're going to pick that high, Hawks Nest. I would love to draft Anderson, but obviously, as you know, where does he fall to us? Do we trade up big for that? But of course, we would love Anderson, man. He's so good. He's such an amazing talent, and he would be great on our team. I would love to see it. Maybe they go all out. Maybe they go all out and trade the farm to get up there. Oh, yeah, show end of the line. Shout-outs. I got little ones, too, so I know how it is. You're free to tune in every time. It's a family affair here. I try not to cuss too much so I can keep it on the audio up for everybody. Yup, love the channel and the interaction with the chatters. Hey, I'm just a football guy like you. Should we draft Anthony Richardson? Hawks Nest says. Yes. Point blank period. I know he's been having a tough run, but in terms of raw talent, to me, I'm starting to see. I love Will Levis and Richardson. Those are those are the most talented guys. Despite the picks, the stuff, the situation for me, like Richardson is facing those fronts of like the best fronts all the time, and his arm is good. He just needs to learn some things, but I think he could be super special. And I like the fact like of a Lamar Jackson type player on a way more rounded roster than the Ravens. So the answer is yes, and I think Pete would salivate over a player like that. So one of the guys I'm really hyped on. Show End of Line says, "Yep, good job on the channel. Thank you, Show End of Line." GoHawks22 says, like Jamal a ton. He has a great heart for sure. Jamal plays hard, too hard. Yeah, but like he's like Richard. The injuries are so unfortunate. Some of them. Mick says, "Do you think Pete is just sticking around to sale the Seahawks take place in 2024? Would John Snyder stick around after? That's up to the owners." But they're definitely putting the team in a position for it to be of high value and stay around with the draft that they just had. And they had to hit in this draft, and they did. Gino will want a 3-year deal at least. Yeah, and he might not get it from us. Jayant Kumar, what's up? Great to see you here. Chords on the ukulele. My chords suck. I actually can't play that instrument. Daniel Zalea says, what's up, Daniel, with the lime green character. I think we may take someone like Hooker a little later. Sure. Don't think they'll waste a pick on a QB early, and if Geno turns out, yeah. But like Hendon Hooker's not young either. Like he's like 25, maybe 26. So I think they'd get a younger guy if they're gonna let Geno sit. You know what I mean? They would go with somebody who's younger, so that when they emerge, they could be. The only older guy I think they would really stab at is Levis. Geno is 32. If he plays good, he'll want. Yeah, Geno, if he balls out. Okay, if you're 32 years old and you're playing like Josh Allen, and you have no history starting in the NFL, give me $20 million. Your shit. Like I'll give Geno like $20 million in a freaking bunch of scratch and wins, man. Some of these teams. His favorite stream, The Chosen One. What's good? Good to see you, my brother or sister. Probably my brother. Trail Lamb, what's good? Trail Lamb? How about we get the RB from the kid now? Because McCaffrey, he ends up not playing all the games anyway. I hope Geno gets paid, man. He's gonna get paid, for sure. Like I guarantee you, Geno, just off of what he's done so far alone, unless he gets injured or has a cataclysmic breakdown, he's playing. It's not a myth. He's playing as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And I was not his biggest doubter. I love Geno Smith, but I thought he was an average quarterback at best. You know what I memean? Geno is out here looking like, guys, Geno is out here on career mode. And, it's not too soon. Like, what's too soon? The boy is balling, bro. Yeah, no to McCaffrey. I want to see it for a full season. No to Christian McCaffrey. That's for sure. 28 minutes into the stream, not one super chat, not one crazy set of emojis in the comments, nothing. You guys just like hearing me rant on about football. That's cool. Drew Lock in this moment. Okay, let me see. How does Drew Lock feel at this moment? I hope he's yeah. Drew, I've been seeing him on the sideline with a great attitude, and I don't know what happens for him. $20. My man Giants. $20. I've never had a super chat for more than like $2.99. I love you, man. Thank you so much. You know what that's gonna go to, right? That's gonna go to finishing the walls in this basement, and I'm gonna get the freaking super dope camera going for you guys, so we can do this all the time. Locke is my guy, though. Locke has been Giant. Hey, thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me, man. Not that I'm a broke ass, but let's fucking go, Giant says. LFG. McCaffrey's not getting money from us. Let him finish the season. Geno does have to finish the year out, but he's looking great. But Giants, that super chat gets you right to the top. He is watching the playbook. Let's talk about Locke. He's the first one to congratulate anyone who does something good. He's the first one up off the sideline. His attitude has been amazing, Drew Lock. Like, if he's a perpetual backup here, like Geno was, and then breaks out later, what a great pickup by Seattle. I love Drew Lock's mentality. Has he really failed us? He started one preseason game after COVID against the Dallas Cowboys, who were starting like number 2s and 1s with no number 1s, with number 3s. I don't know what Drew Lock is yet, man. straight up and down. Shoutouts to James with the $20 super chat. That's burning and turning up in here. That's love, man. Chosen One said, let lock down. Trust me, man, starting after COVID is, like the boy played his ass off. Then when he got beat, he goes to the press conference, is like, I'd like to congratulate Geno Smith. I didn't do enough to get it done. He put it all on himself. Drew Lock is an accountable player, man. I want him as a Seahawk, bro. I don't want to hear all this. Lock is like, if he's our backup for whatever happens, or he just whatever, I'd rather have that character. It's about character to me too. But yeah, that is heroic, JF. He came out there and did his thing. Broncos missing him right now. It's been said in the Mile High stream. Damn, man. Can you imagine that they're asking for Drew Lock back over Russell Wilson, who they paid $250 million for? I don't know how much guaranteed money was there, but it was a lot of guaranteed money. And like we all know, we all have that feeling in our heart for Russ, man. But I think he went to the wrong team, the wrong situation for himself. Like literally. Like, that was just not the right thing. Anyways, but he wasn't working in the Waldron offense. You got to be able to hit crossing routes and short stuff, and it wasn't working anymore. Okay, statistically, in this 39-32 loss, I'm watching that right now, by the way, on my TV. On 8 carries, Ken Walker had 88 yards with an average of 11 yards per carry with that big carry and a TD with a 169-yard run. That's huge, guys. We're okay at RB. It sucks about Penny, but this is why you draft. And we got DJ Dallas, who is dope, too. So it's not over yet for that. The rookies that started are excellent. Yes, they are excellent. They are playing the best in the league. For rookies, in my opinion, over 5-player average, 100%. Chosen One, that's the facts. Hawksnest says Geno deserves the job. He won it. Drew Lock has talent, but Geno's been balling. Drew Lock, Geno Smith won that job fair and square. I was in a lot of denial about that. I couldn't really see that because I don't go to the camps too. I need to start going to the camps like Corbin and those guys and Duggar and seeing these guys play and how the velocity of the ball looks. That's one problem I have. Not being close to the facilities. I would have a better read on that. Wow, if Locke can take over after Geno retires would be dreams. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, what's going on here? Like, we've got a nice quarterback situation, and Pete was not lying about that. You Mad Bro says, I was all about giving Locke a good look, but after watching Geno in the second preseason game, my mind was made up. Yeah, you were earlier than me. His arm looks great. Like, yeah, you got to think about Geno Smith. He doesn't have a lot of tread off of his tires, right? He hasn't played a lot, so even at 32, he's a young 32 in terms of his physical abilities and not being hurt. You know what I mean? Once again, shout out Jayanth Kumar with the super chat. Hit me up with $20 super chat there. That was dope. Geno Smith, a natural leader, Jayanth says. The way he calls out the O-line, for sure, they're good plays and in the TV interviews. Yeah, he's great. He's very calm, but his audible skills have been just phenomenal, amongst the best in the league. And I don't know if who he learned that from, whether that's Wilson or whoever he's been studying under. But he has been really taking command and audibling into some great pass plays and some brilliant runs. Yes, Bruce Whitted is back. Bruce Irvin is back, 35-year-old veteran. Seahawks champion. Bruce is back in the building. Hopefully he'll get some snaps and show these boys how to set the edge. We got 14 people in here and 10 likes. That's lovely. Highest I got this up to is about in my 20s, so I'm trying to get 100 people live stream. Probably hard on a Tuesday night. Do we need Ken Norton Jr. as an LB coach? Maybe. That'd be an interesting thing. Bruce! That would be interesting to bring back Ken just in that capacity. But I think Bruce Irvin has learned everything that Ken Norton knows, and Pete already knows that stuff. So they're just bringing in Bruce there to be more relatable to those guys, especially the Southern guys. You know what I mean? Because I think Bruce is from Atlanta. But that is what it is. Okay, back to the stat line. Penny was on a good pace. He had 8 for 54 yards and 32, so that was just breaking out. But they didn't get DJ in the mix there. DJ Dallas is going to get a lot of minutes here coming up here. Tyler Lockett with 5 catches for 104 yards and 2 TDs. Those 2 TDs were beautiful. If him and Geno have that rapport on that deep route, that post TD route with Lockett, if they get that timing down and they have to commit people to that, wow, things could really get out of hand here. Because from a football perspective, if Tyler keeps running that or DK's running that, underneath is going to be wide open, and guys like Ken can catch under there. Noah Fant with his first big game here for us, three catches for 49 yards, 32 long, a nice catch there, 5 targets. Noah Fant's really good, guys. I'm really excited about our tight end room. I said in my last video, that is our dark horse to make the playoffs, is this tight end room. DK with 5 and 88, obviously a drop, a couple suspect kind of route decisions by DK, but if he puts it all together here, he's going to be having 100 yards per game. This is Marshawn Lattimore. You know, he's played Patrick Surtain. He's played Mosley. He's played, you know, Okuda. He's eating him up. If DK gets a week, like, quarterback one, DK is going to have a 250-yard game. So start DK in fantasy or a daily fantasy if you see him against, like, a weak quarterback one. I'll get to all these questions here. I'm just running it down there. D. Eskridge with 1 target and no catches. D, he's blocking well, but they got to get him involved on more of the crossing stuff. I've been saying try him on those Robert Woods type routes. Defensively, you know, Cody Barton had a bunch of tackles, but not the right tackles. He had 7 solo tackles. Jordan had 7 solo tackles. Ryan Neal with 2 solo tackles. Then you get into Quandre Diggs with just 4 solo tackles. But Tariq Woolen with 4 solo tackles in the pick. Woolen is the star of this defense right now. And Kobe Bryant keeps making plays too, as much as he needs to learn coverage. I'm going to get into some of these questions. Woolen, I can't say enough about this dude. Yes, Anthony Robles. Woolen is just a star player in the making. Tariq Woolen. I think Murph just did a video. I don't know Murph, but, you know, I did a video on Tariq Woolen, not with highlights. Murph has done one with highlights. I did one with just have my thoughts on the player and his history. And it's a few weeks ago, and I started my channel talking about Tariq Woolen, actually, because he's just that good. Travis might play this week. I don't know. Can't wait for K9. K9's going to be a menace. He's going to take the league by storm. Homer cleared the play. I don't know if he'll play this weekend. I'll have to look into that. Homer's nice. I love the way he runs and catches the ball. Homer's an asset to this team. Not to mention special teams, guys. Travis Homer is one of the best special teams players in the league. Who would you sacrifice on O to get a solid defensive player? Leonard Fournette is a god, clutching up for my fantasy. Nanny says, yeah, I can't stand Tampa Bay, but Fournette is a clutch decision if you picked him up. But let's get back to who would I take on defense. Who would I trade on offense right now? I don't know. That's really tough, man, because we just lost Penny, so I would have said, like, maybe you could do something with, like, DJ or something like that to get a weapon of some sort. But, like, a tradable player, like a player from another team that's, like, in a free agency, or, like, a tradable player from another team. Like, a specific player, you got to ask me that. I don't know, but he's nice. Yeah, he is nice. Ballore is hilarious. He's a good captain, but I'm starting to think that they could start to, like, look at, like, maybe getting some minutes for people like, I know Derek Young's hurt. He needs to come back. But why don't we try something like bring up Bo Melton, let Bo Melton get some snaps on offense, a few snaps, sprinkle him in here, see if he can do some things, and be the kick return guy. Because I think Bo Melton, even though he had a couple issues in preseason, could be our best kick returner. Like, all we are saying is give Bo a chance. All we are saying, like, give Bo a chance here. Any guy that played football in New Jersey, that's from New Jersey, he had to play football in the cold in the winter. He's going to be nasty out there on the field. So let's give Bo some run. People act like they forgot about Bo. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say. Just kidding. For real, though, let's see what's going on here. DJ Dallas is my guy. He's going to shock people, too. I've been here the whole time. Just can't think of any questions. No worries. No, I was more saying, Cameron, that they need to ask. I would need to figure out if he was asking, do I want to, which defensive player I would trade for in the league for an offensive player we have. We don't really have much to give up, right? Like, who do we trade, really, right? Like, maybe maybe some guards. We could do some guards. Like, maybe Haynes or Curran has value. Curran, I don't know who I'd trade for, though, because those guys wouldn't have a ton of capital value. I got lots of players in the NFL that I'd love to see on the Seahawks right now. Darius Leonard. Yeah, I've got Stefan Diggs, Leonard, and Herbert. They show up every week. Those are good players to have. One day I'll go over my fantasy team and how abysmal it is in my one league. Um, can we please tackle, even if it's because our RBs are the worst of the bunch? Somebody tackle. Hawksness says Seahawks signed Tony Jones as running back. His highlights are average. Yeah, he's a depth player. Pete said it in the press conference. He's a tough running back, but I don't think he's maybe as good as Darwin Thompson. Maybe he is, but I'm not really worried about running back because even DJ Dallas is a great running back. I think DJ Dallas, Travis Homer, and Ken Walker III can all be starting running backs, even though it really hurts to lose Rashad Penny, just from a personality perspective. But he's a legend, man. Goodwin, Goodwin to me is done in the sense that, like, what are we really giving him snaps for? I love Marquise Goodwin. He's got a lot of heart, but, like, I want to see Derek Young. I want to see Bo Melton. I want to see D. Eskridge just catch some stuff from the short. I know what Goodwin can do, and he's been a good leader and stuff, but that's just like, come on, you know what I mean? Trade one of our tight ends? No, I don't like that idea because I like all of them. Kobe Parkinson is blocking well. He's going to be a quintessential Seahawk for years. I love Will Dissly, and I love Noah Fant. So, no. Those guys are the reason we're going to make the playoffs this season, if I ask. Robo says he's 5-0 in fantasy. Cold-blooded. Congratulations. Cold-blooded unity for all you old heads on the Charlie Murphy skits. Trade one of our tight ends. I mean, it's a good idea. Maybe at the end of the season, maybe. Sajin says, Wes, you would be one of those guys that I would hang out with. Good personality and demeanor. Very picky about people. Or maybe that's just my house. No, man. It's real. Like-minded people gravitate to like-minded people and that energy. So I think, like, the type of people that subscribe to my channel and the type of people that, like, hang out with me on these streams and stuff, we're kind of like the same styles of people. Everybody's different, but we're all Seahawks fans. We got a little bit of underlying something to us. But I really appreciate you saying that, and for sure, I'm the type of dude that, I just hang out, man. Could have a soda, could have beer, we could do whatever. I just like my food, I like my family, I love my football. That's what it is. I love my family. I like my family. I love my football. That's the most dad thing ever. Oh, I like my family, but I absolutely love football. What's wrong with me? Like I said on my first live stream, if Seattle makes the playoffs, I'm smashing this thing like a... Nah, maybe not the playoffs. They got to get to past the wild card round. If they get past the wild card round, this is going to get freaking Cobain, like, I'm so happy, that's okay, yeah. Family over football every time. He put up the soccer ball. No offense was a steal. Yes, no offense just going to break out too. You can't guard all those tight ends, and we see it in 13 personnel. We see them go 13 personnel. They need to keep doing it, by the way. Almost every rollout we've had or bootleg where we've involved the tight end, we've had a first down of 10 yards or more. If they run it behind the sticks, the short stuff where we just try to get a yard or two with Dissly and those things, those guys are not fast enough for that. But if we go deeper, man, we're killing teams with that play. Anyways, the stats for this game are garbage doo-doo against the Saints on defense. Offensively, Geno Smith just went crazy again. He's just being so efficient. It was sad to me they let Alvin Kamara run that hard because Kamara, I know, was dinged up. Especially that one screen that was disgusting and made me throw my freaking chicken wing. I'm going to Hawks versus Chargers, repping Hawks like crazy. It's going to be a crazy game. Good stream quality. Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Trying different things to make that work. What else is going on in here? Daniel Zalea says, I think Walker needs to slow down a little bit. He's a bit jittery. Totally have mentioned that for sure. He's going to be great, though. Penny's injury really sucked. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And yes, Bruce coming back to help these guys learn how to set an edge. To Ken Walker III, I'm watching this game here. The first TD of his career here is due to the fact he was not jumping in the pocket. He saw the lane, and he needs to learn that from Rashard and Marshawn. See the lane, run for it. You run. Once you get to that second level, once you're clear, all the big boys in there, because that's where the injuries can happen, especially. Once you're clear of all that mess, then you go. And then when you see a safety, you see a linebacker in the open field, that's when you can show your talent and you can get nasty. And I think Ken figured it out on that run. then that's what he needs to do. Go out there, get the yardage first. Go get your yardage, go get your 6 to 7 yards, then see what the law of the land is. And he has that vision. Ken Walker III is a great running back. He's going to be a great running back, 100%. He's very smart. He just has been trying to do too much with the few snaps he's given. He looks comfortable and running off of Curran, Abraham Lucas is starting to become a real serious thing in the NFL, and the NFL is taking notice. NFC standings. Kind of reminds me of Reggie Bush for sure. Maybe with more lower body strength than Reggie Bush. You know what I mean? Like, he's got that lateral shake, but I think Ken Walker has more pure running power than Reggie Bush. Is not a finesse runner. I don't even need to look at the AFC. I don't know why I'm looking at the AFC. What the hell? AFC loser conference. Okay, let's look at this right here. The Eagles are 5-0. That's disgusting and nauseating. If the Eagles are 5-0, I think anyone can make the wild card. Cowboys are 4-1, and the Giants are 4-1. Cowboys defense is playing amazing. Let's look at some other stuff here. The Niners are 3-2. The rest of our division is 2-3, as you know. So if we can get back to 300, I really like it. But I do think that this Cardinals game is more monumental of a game that we need to win than that last game in New Orleans. Even though I thought we could have snuck New Orleans and Atlanta, it's sad. Vikings are 4-1. And Vikings, meh. Pack is 3-2. That's going to be tough because that division. The Lions have fallen from grace, so maybe those are a competition there. I think the Packers might keep slipping. I don't know. That's always weird. But then I look at the Bucs, the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers. You got to have the Bucs there, but it's anyone's game right now. Specifically, for Seattle, if we can keep the run going and get these teams scoring under 30 points and start there. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do here. The stream is not over, by the way. I'm just getting going here. But yeah, what do you guys want me to dig up here? I'm an encyclopedia of knowledge. Just kidding. Let's see what's going on. We got 16 people in the stream here. Thank all of you. I'm happy for the NFC East right now. I mean, I'm never happy for the NFC East, but it's nice that for them that they're not complete garbage all the time. The Giants, their media in New York can crucify people. So at least, Danny Jones isn't going to get assassinated or something. If we can manage the clock better and step up our D, Anthony Armstrong says we can make the playoffs for show. It's definitely a possibility if we can get better clock management for sure. We're scoring almost too fast. We should have got Chubb instead or Harris. Yeah, I mean, that would have been nice. But, come on, man. Hindsight 2020. You live in Seattle. Trey Smith, I don't live in Seattle, brother. A lot of my family does. My aunt lives in the Central. She's been there since the late 70s, early 80s. So my aunt lives in the Central. I got lots of friends and family in the South End. I got people in Tacoma. So big Washington affiliated guy. But yeah, Seattle's my second home. I've been in Seattle probably a quarter of half my life. Spent time there. Worked there, my sister's pops lives there. I am rooted that way. How about you, Trey? You in Seattle, bro? Where are you from? You don't have to share that if you don't want to. But shout outs to you, bro. Jen, Anthony Armstrong. I broke that down. Anthony Robles. If the Hawks can get Murray's face, I like our chances. But it's something our pass rushers aren't doing much of, for sure. But it's game to game, and it takes us about 5 or 6 games to settle in. Hopefully, they can finally get home with some of the exotic stuff. Murray is susceptible to exotic blitzes. Sajid says hit the like, appreciate that. Daniel, going back here. You mad bro says I'm glad we didn't trade for Baker for sure, or any of those QBs. Eric Norman, how's it going? If we play defense, we can ride Geno for a lot of wins and make the playoffs. Agreed, Eric. You've been early on Geno the whole time, and I give you your props for it. You've been big on Geno Smith this whole time. Daniel Zalea says, the Saints game, though, dude, I was disgusted seeing Taysom run all over us. Everyone knew he was going to do it, and they still let it happen, basically. It's obvious, right? It was. and we didn't have any answers. It was rough to see that for sure. Uncharacteristic. Knowing a player is going to do that and having no answers. I'm watching it right now. I'm watching Taysom Hill's second touchdown on the screen right now, and Cody Barton running behind him is disgusting. See what else is going on here. Our offense is top 100, top 10. Cameron Ashcroft. We have a defense that's like 15 range. We can be a serious team. 15, bro. I'll take top 22 right now. Just better than the bottom 10. All we needed is a couple less touchdowns. Which is better, Oregon or Washington? Like, as a state? Bro, I'm not going to call that. I'm not going to ever demonize myself by saying that. But it's Washington. Well, I love Oregon, though. Like, Portland's super cool. Troubles now, though. So let me get back to the comments here. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. Anthony Robo says, I saw something where they said, if Gino continues to ball, we should give him a 2 to 3 years contract and sign all D. What are my thoughts on that? I think you should use, since you have so much capital, you could do that and you could say we're going to rock with Gino and see what we can do here. But you should pick up one of these guys, man. Like, one of these players, bro. If it's not Stroud or Young or those guys, pick up a Richardson. Pick up one of these guys, man. What am 50 people in the chat. Thank you, and watching right now. Thank you. Our defense stinks. It's unreal. Yeah, for sure it does right now. Sorry, I'm finding my way here. Oh, Saijin says, thought so on Washington. Three-peat for me. I fell in love. Yeah, for sure. Definitely Washington. Daniel Ziel says. Daniel Ziel says, both have beautiful scenery, though. Yeah, both beautiful states. You know what I mean? You got to love the Northwest, right? Like, it's got everything. It's got, you can wear shorts in the winter for the crazy ones, and you can, there's beaches, there's mountains. If you haven't been out there, whoa! I just watched the play there where Gino did the rollout boot across his body throw to Noah Fant. That was beautiful. Man, that was super beautiful. Shout outs to them. Bigfoot, yes, we have Sasquatch here. I got some weird stories about that stuff. But, like, I don't know, man. That stuff gets super weird. Geno Smith, he's balling. Crazy. But anyways, I'm on PFF right now. I'm looking to see what PFF, if they have a score for Tariq yet. They don't even have a picture for Tariq Woolen on PFF yet. They're like, yo, you need to sign in to get a picture of this guy. They're giving him a 64.5 overall grade. Tariq Woolen is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Poyer has 3 picks, but Woolen has 3 picks. Woolen is tied for first in interceptions. Man. They have him 76 in receptions allowed at 11. I didn't know he gave up 11 catches. But let's talk about impact plays. Who has, yeah, it is good. I get it, Chosen. But who has more impact plays as a rookie defensive player than Tariq Woolen? Name me which rookie player on the defensive side of the ball has more impact plays than Tariq Woolen. I haven't seen what the kid from Georgia's doing over in the Jags much. But I would wager that nobody has. Let's recap it all. Tariq, pick against Drake London in Mariota. Tariq Woolen, field goal block in San Francisco 49ers. Tariq Woolen, shut down Cam Sutton in the week number 1. Big plays. Tariq Woolen, fumble recovery. Tariq Woolen, what is going on? Like, did we just find the best defensive back of all time? What is happening? Yeah, I know, Anthony. I talked about it earlier. You should check out my channel has like 6 Woolen videos. I hadn't got, not all Woolen videos, but I break down his play a lot. I don't do the like Murph does the X's and O stuff. That's amazing. But yeah, I've watched it all, man. I've seen that. You could see that Tariq even when he's starting to become like they're scared to throw his direction. Now, the impact of that when you're taking away part of the field cannot be overlooked. Um, so it's just crazy. Yeah, Kyle Hamilton's like pretty good, but like Tariq's like shifting games. Boy, Amafe is serious for sure. No, Zygen. You guys are getting into it. Yo, Sasquatch. Well, do any of you have any of you guys heard the Sasquatch Chronicles podcast with Wes Germer? That is crazy. Um, but yeah, don't mess around. Don't mess around too much on that podcast. It's really crazy, man. Um, Woolen is on pace for Defensive Rookie of the Year for sure. And yes, Robo, shout outs to Top Billen and Murph for all the work he does and for covering Seahawks content. What a G for that. I find it funny. Everyone's down to give Murph hella money for talking about the Seahawks, but nobody. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He does a great job, man. Split tire. That guy's so dope. Kobe Bryant forced fumbles too. Yeah, Kobe's a shark out there. I know, Robles, you're my guy, man. I'm just playing, man. My channel's got like 1,400 followers. I don't have 100,000 people like Murph. Like, come on. I'll get there someday, though, if I keep doing my thing. He can set the edge or what? Who are we talking about, Robles? He can set it and hold an edge, or DLZBs can't even do it. Yeah? Are we talking about Marshawn? Marshawn is an alien. You should do reactions to the games. So Cam, I was actually thinking about that. Cameron Ashcroft says I should do reactions to the game. Should I do like set it up so I do like picture in picture and like have the game playing and me reacting to highlights? Is that what you're hoping I get into? Is that what you mean? Because if so, I might do those. They seem to be pretty popular. Maybe I could do that. That might be popping. Kobe has great potential for sure. You should do reactions to games. Yeah, like I'm like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's been pretty good. Kobe with the C. Eric Norman. Yeah, we can't forget about him. And I don't know if he projects to be an outside corner or slot corner in the end, but he's taken his lumps at slot and done big things. He's caused turnovers in the middle of the open field, 2 of them. Maybe I like him outside more, though. I think that's where his thing is. I don't know how people avoid the copyright strikes on doing the highlights. You know, maybe they don't even care about them. Maybe they just do the videos, get the views, and people give them super thanks or whatever. That's their benefit financially or whatever. But I'd be interested to know how these guys do that stuff. If anybody knows how to do it without getting copywritten. That'd be interesting to know if anyone has some stuff on that. James, if you know how that works, bro, let me know. Because I would like to do game reactions, highlight reactions more so to full games. You should do it. Yeah, bro, do reactions to games and plays like everything, bro. Okay, I'll get that going then by popular demand. We'll see what happens. It's not all about copyright. Whoa, I just watched the DK drop. Man, it was really in his chest. That's tough. Yes, bro, reactions to games. Yep. I'll do it, guys. Anthony Robo says he can go outside and force the ball carrier to cut back and do our and what? Sorry. This is a bitch on here. Sorry. He can go outside and force the ball carrier to cut back to all our other guys. About Woolen, sorry, I sent it separately. Yeah, for sure, man. We got talent here. Sajin says that West reactions. Oh, highlights are easier than live games for sure. I'll ask you. Yeah, so I think highlights you can do them. You know, you can clip them. You can take it and you can do it super fast and do whatever. The algorithm doesn't pick it up as much. But full games, when you're streaming the games, it seems like they pick that up right away. I did my stream, but I wasn't showing the game. You just had to hear me talk my shit. But yeah, that's what that is. So anyways, I said at the beginning of this channel, the reason I think that the Seattle Seahawks could make the playoffs is because the NFC is just that weak. I mean, the for teams like the Eagles and stuff, they're not supposed to be the powerhouses. The your Giants and your freaking Cowboys, like great defenses, but this is Cooper Rush out there. Like this is wide open. This is still wide open to me, and I think that Seattle there's something special about the Seahawks team. There's with all of the problems on the defensive side of the ball, there's something really unique about the swag this team has, the mojo this young team has, the camaraderie, the looseness. You got guys, just really trying to be together. We haven't seen that on the Seahawks for a while. I know we've had good like locker room presence, but obviously a weight has been lifted with all the drama leaving. Take it how you will. Um, yeah, like Saijin highlights, like reactions to the highlights, like me reacting to the game highlights. For sure, I'll try it. I'll try it. Yeah, not record the whole game, like reactions to the highlights, like from the NFL YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I don't care if they get copywritten. I'll figure out a way to do it. I guess I got to set up OBS or something for that. Like set up an actual OBS platform and react to them and film them. It'd be fun though. My stuff will be crazy because I love commentating on football. So I'll do that. I'll do that. And then maybe so the haters don't just think it's like, so I could get more looks, I'll call it TST Sports or something, which is really just the Seahawks Times. Like, welcome to TST Sports. I'm Wesley, and I would like to bring to you the New Orleans Saints take on the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. Like, yeah. Just kidding, man. I'll do my thing. What are your thoughts on this 3-4? I read somewhere that some players, like Puna, for instance, have been moved to different spots. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard for big, stout interior guys that aren't fast. This is a different type of defense. So, like I said, personnel, and Pete said it today or whatever, the last conference, like, we're not getting the right guys in the right places. Michael Jackson's luster is wearing off a little bit here in coverage. I'm noticing that. Oh, he had a good play there against Olave on the comeback route. But Michael Jackson's awesome, man. I want to keep him on this team. Oh, yeah, I'll keep it real, though, for sure. I'm not going to do any sort of corny stuff. I was just joking. I'll always be me. Eric Norman says, if the AFC has been a disappointment, the AFC has been a disappointment this year, specifically the AFC West, which we all projected to be so dominant. The Raiders are just looking atrocious in a lot of ways, chemistry-wise. As dope as the Adams and Carr connection is, we haven't seen the Waller stuff. We haven't seen stuff step up on defense, Crosby. The Broncos are not a good team. People cannot convince me they're a good team. People have been trying to convince me they're a good team. Wow, I posted one video about why the Broncos are, like, not good and why we won the trade between Russell Wilson and the Broncos. And, like, I was almost, like, burned at the stake, like the Simpsons mob, like the Simpsons people, like, pitchforks, like, "Ooh, we're like, kill him, kill him." They came on and they were at my head, and I wonder how they feel now. That was 3 weeks ago, that video. How do those people feel now watching that video where I was just spitting nothing but facts? Fact of the matter is, you're trying to tell Russell Wilson's biggest, like, supporters and fans in the history of his career what we should expect of Russell Wilson. I would never try to tell you guys what I should expect from, I was asking you guys questions about Drew Lock for these hater type of fans. Yeah, like, you'll never see the Seahawks, like, leave a game before the like, you will never see us leave. Like, I go to a Seahawks game, man, unless it's like I got to get to the parking lot or something because I actually drove or something. I'm never leaving until the game's over. Like, I've never left a football game. I've never stopped watching a football game in my life until it's over. That's the type of dude I am. And to watch a whole stadium leave Mile High, talk all that smack about how, let's ride this whole, all these people in these comments are so aggressive towards me, like, this is, you guys will never figure it out. I think a lot of people, guys, look at the Seahawks fan base like we're some sort of fair weather fans and we wouldn't understand football because they think we all live in the North Pole or something, man. Get out of here. We're diehard football fans. Anyways, um, the poor Broncos fans that had to stay at the stadium for that game, though, totally. Seahawks defense can give our offense multiple chances. We can definitely make the playoffs. The offense is loaded with weapons. DK Lockett, Fat Eskridge, exactly. K9, DJ Dallas, Will Disley, Kobe Parkinson. Ooh, there it is. Tariq Woolen picking that ball up. So if Tariq Woolen housed that ball when it was, he's tripping like Tariq. God, man, he's so exciting to watch. He's so fast. Like, he scooped the ball up in one motion. He literally moves like an avatar. Like the scene where they're like jumping from like whatever pterodactyl to pterodactyl. He's just about to hook in his like weird hair to the pterodactyl here. So Kobe gets the ball out of Alvin Kamara. No easy feat. Tariq picks it up in one motion and then trips. But like, bro, he's spazzing out. So dope. So dope. Lots of comments here. Jayanth Kumar says, the poor Broncos fans that had to stay at the stadium for that game. Yeah, maybe it was even worse to watch. One of the worst games in history. The Seahawks defense, yes, we can do our thing if we can come up here. We've got talents, Hawknest. We've got talents. Daniel Zalea says, as far as highlights, it seems like some channels only use small clips or videos to avoid copyright. For sure. Maybe it's 10-second clips. Cut to you or something like that. Yeah, so it's like just learning how to clip it. Maybe they fast forward through the highlights. They can't be seen. I'll do my thing. I'll see how it works. I'm not worried. I'm not doing this channel purely for monetization. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool if it makes money or whatever, but I'm going to do it anyway. Nope, I've stayed during losses, lose or tie. I'm a Seahawks fan. That's right, you man. We're like that. Like, I'm in the building. When I'm at home and I go to Lumen, formerly known as Century Link, whatever it is, I've always been in it for the haul, man. I don't go there just to back out. The Broncos coach got the play cleared, then the fans cleared out. Lulu Langley just calling out Hackett like that. So the coach was like, got the play cleared, and then the whole stadium cleared the hell out of there in Colorado and went back to wherever, man. An LB to set the edge. That's what we need. What do we need to do at the LB position? That's right, Syed. We need to find an LB at the position that can tackle. We're not making fun of you. You bad, bro. Set the edge, yeah. One that can just, like, play football. We are the loudest fancy NFL Go Hawks. We are the loudest fans. I like that. We're the loudest fans. Yes, we are the loudest fans, Eric. I catch your drift there. We are. Even though they try to fabricate stuff in KC and all that, come to a Seahawks game and tell me there's a louder building. Daniel says, dude, I want you to make money. Thanks, man. I'll do my best. Hawksnest says, I think Russell's struggling because he's in a new system and the Broncos fans are pressuring him. I think he's struggling because he doesn't